Hello, everybody, and how are you today? And how are you keeping head above water? The hurricane storm of COVID 19. As I always say, when you are not in control or when you cannot change something, you need to change how you perceive that situation or whatever it is. And to be able to do that, you have to empower yourself. You have to be emotionally resilient. You have to be resilient in all ways. You have to upskill yourself. And that is one of the reasons why I did two of my programs. The first two times now, one was building your emotional resilience during tough times. Last week was finding your purpose, the power of your purpose, because when things are disruptive, you must move back a little bit and begin to look at the whole, situation in a broader fish eye way. Whether you are a professional, whether you're a leader, whether you're an executive in a conglomerate, everything is disrupted. Whether you are an entrepreneur, whether you have your own business, whether you have whatever it is, you've got to now look inwards so that you can be able to build outwards. Like I always say, your emotions are critical to your success. Very, very critical. And I had to learn this through my own trials and successes and everything that I've been through. And I've been through quite a lot of pluses and minuses. I tell somebody, I said, I am a potpourri of experiences, business, relationships, and basic life skills. I was talking to a friend on Saturday, that Saturday, I think the 18th, and the friend now went down memory lane and was saying to me, look, why did you stop manufacturing? You were one of the best. You used wood and carved it to things that people would not believe was possible. Why did you do that? And I said to her, there are many reasons why things happen to people. And this is not the time to talk about things in the past, but moving forward. And that was when I realized that, not only am I training and trying to empower people in certain ways, my story is an empowerment itself. You understand? And if I can do it, you can do it. I had one of the biggest furniture factory in Lagos when they shut down importations. And I was the only female that ventured into that area. And another female was in Benin. She was Lebanese. And how did I venture into it? I started off wanting to recover my chairs, because you couldn't buy anything new. And I think that was the point where my third daughter had poured red paint on one of the sofas. So I spoke to someone, and then there was a Beninois boy, and I brought him to the garden and we recovered. So some people came in and said, how did you do this? I said, this is what I did. You must recover ours too. And guess what? That's how I started my business. When you are looking for a point, or you are looking to build something, like now, look for a need. Look for something that the situation has created, that the disruption has created. You must look for it. That is how I started recovering, and that is how I started, building up my factory. I in those days, they wouldn't give women loans except so many things. So I learned to now build gradually and look for my machines, and then before I knew it, it became a business. A business that started off with me wanting to do something became a point of contact, and I became a manufacturer. Now, what happened is another story. That I had to give it up is another story, where I went back to my business. My base is business administration and management, so I went back to it. But still, I had this thing in me that I needed to pass on knowledge, because when I was manufacturing, I was training in partnership with the labor camp. There was a labor office in Ebute Metta, and I was trained. They'd bring the boys in the machinery section, in the spraying section, in the upholstery section, and I was training, and I was having to impact on them and talk to them and do things to them. So when I closed down and I went to Abidjan, and I said, on turnaround maintenance, and I decided to stay there. And I was now dealing in the hospitality industry, training and empowering them. When I came back, that was where I focused on. Then it occurred to me, I said, why are people reluctant? It's so difficult to pass on trainings. After some time, it just goes out through the window. And that was the time when organizations were not really making training a priority, because all they felt was that they go to do the training, and then when they come back after some time, they resort to status quo. So they did not even bother to want to give a percentage of their personal growth budget into that area. They were facing technical skills. That was how I now said there's a need here. And I decided that I was going to go and study a little bit more to find out why the mind was not receptive to certain things. That was when I saw that, it has to do with, mindsets, limiting beliefs, environment that was grown in, the baseline, the foundation, and all those things. And I did NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. That's the language of the brain. I went into matrix imprinting. I went into cognitive behavioral skills to train all these things, so that when I now had all these tools with me, I now was able to train and penetrate past that block that used to stand in between what they're supposed to learn and what their culture, what their background, what their exposure had made of them. Do you understand? So that I now had to upskill myself. So when I'm talking about business, when I'm talking about building yourself up, I have done it. When I'm talking about emotions, I have known and walked through the path that if you are not emotionally sound, it could affect your business, it could affect the way you perceive wealth, it could affect your relationships, and relationships affect the success of whatever you are doing. Do you understand? And I went through all these patterns and behaviors because there are seasons in everybody's life. There's a season of sowing and reaping. There's a season whereby even when you harvest, you need to wait a bit for the ground to get back its nutrients. That is the stopping point where you are going to now look at everything that you're doing and say, where is it that I need to, work on? Where is my goals? Am I to chunk down? Am I not to chunk down? There are seasons when you now realize that the ground that you are tilling for a certain produce cannot carry that anymore. You've got to look for something else to be able to do all of that. And I've been through different kinds of seasons, and that is why I keep impacting, because I have found my purpose. I have found my purpose, which is that I am meant to empower people, spirit, soul, and body. And people ask me, why do you do things for free and things like that? I said, well, yes, sometimes I will do things for free so that I can release from myself all the knowledge that I have, so that I can gain more knowledge. I've been given names, a knowledge miner, techie grandma, all of those kind of things. And that's what I try to give to people. So when this lady was talking to me about what happened, I said, that is why I'm giving so much. I have been through the gamut. I like to lift people up. I like to lift people up on their way to success whilst they are successful. When they have gotten to the point of success where a lot of things could happen to make you wonder, I seem to be a success, but I'm not feeling it inside of me. It's because there's something that is not quite right that is going on. And in my pathway to building myself up was where I now learned about so many tools. I have a kind of creative background, but still, I'm someone who never says never. I never give up. And I don't allow this thing we say that age is a barrier. No. Because when you look down history, some people found their own at the age of 40, at the age of 50, at the age of 60, at the age of 70. It's not over till it's over. You must keep upskilling yourself. So I have this bunch of tools that I learned by myself, because when I was waiting for the professionals in the graphics area, in the video area, in the whatever area that will take your business to the next level, I used to get frustrated, and I learned how to go behind and do my back end of my website. I learned how to do my mail chimp. I learned how to do autoresponders, funneling, and all those kind of things. I learned how to record and everything. So wherever I am, I can pick up my phone, I can pick up my laptop, and I will just do it just like that. And I remember in December, somebody said, Mama, teach these things to people. I said, I've got too many things that I'm doing by myself, little things, you understand, and I can't. But then again, over the weekend, a lot happened this weekend. Somebody asked me, how do I do all these things? I said, go to my website. Do you do this yourself? I said, yes. I said, go to my Instagram page, because Instagram page collects everything. The Facebook, there's so many information coming in, so it could go down. I said, when you see all those graphics there, it's me. I learned to use Canva. I learned to do so many things. Do you understand? And so I decided today I was going to speak to you guys and tell you that I have so much to give to you, and I want to tell you on Sunday evening. I wanted to do it on Thursday during my straight talk, but I was told that weekend is better at 7 p.m. On Sunday evening, how to scale up your business using online tools. How to scale up your business using online tools. It's not business as usual anymore. Don't be afraid of technical things. I'm going to give you tips. It's one thing to say, have the mindset of wealth, you need to be business savvy, you need to do this, you need to do that. But you see, there are foundational things that you need to know. Emotional, spiritual, physical. Do you understand? And even, I was talking to a top executive, and I said, what is your side hustle? If you decide now that you don't want to be, in the corporate body, what is your side hustle? What have you got that you have learned over the years that can give you, that can enable you to move out of it? And by the time we started talking, a side hustle came out. A side hustle came out. That's why I have the coaching and mentoring package. A side hustle came out, and I will follow the person on the side, do you understand, to be able to talk. So I want to keep a date with you. This woman sitting down here is full of so many things that I can give you in the business arena, in the business area, in the relationship area, where you can build yourself, in the business area, your foundation, in the emotional area, your foundation. Lack of clarity sometimes comes because the foundation is rocky. And even if you've gone up like that, you need to, retill. Like I use the allegory of sowing and harvesting. You need to now retill. You need to, allow the nutrients to come out. That is your inside that must come out. So I want to see you on Sunday at 7 p.m. Join me on Instagram Live. I'll tell you why I am using Zoom. I'm telling you why you should use Zoom. I'll tell you why Instagram is okay. Facebook is okay. WhatsApp is okay. But I'll tell you why, certain other platforms is required. I'll tell you things that you can use, that you can spontaneously do yourself. Don't be scared of the technical areas, because whether you like it or not, COVID-19 has disrupted everybody. People are working from home. People are having to articulate how they can utilize things. You must stay in your niche. Stay in your niche. Stop perambulating all over the place because you want to make money. Stay in your niche, because when you get your niche, they are, like a bicycle spoke. Out of the hub, which is your niche, there are similarities, things that are the same, like the spokes that will be the outer bicycle itself that will revolve round. But if your niche, the hub, is not articulated, you won't be able to move it around. You won't be able to move it. You must stay in your niche. I will tell you why. Do you understand in detail? On Sunday at 7 p.m. Instagram. My Instagram handle is Lila C. Matthew Daniel. Just look for me, Lila C. Matthew Daniel, and I will help you to be the best that you can be during COVID-19 disruption and after COVID-19 disruption. Do you understand? So I'll see you on Sunday evening. And remember, you can always ask me anything on my page. Just DM me, whether on Facebook or on Instagram, or send me a message on Connect with Lila so that I can help you. We need to help ourselves. Joint venture is the name of the game. I've been saying it for years and years, that people should stop being afraid to collaborate and synergize. Yes, people could play games with one another, but I'm sorry, that is the name of the century. You can't hoard your knowledge. You can't do it all alone. And I'm so happy to see online now, people are collaborating. People are bringing people on. Things that I've been doing for quite a while. You understand? So I'll help you. Help yourself. You need to help yourself. Self-love is self-growth. And self-growth is being ready to invest in personal development programs, whether for free or you have to pay. I'll see you on Sunday.